Hi. I need to do a couple last things. We got the green screen back up though. So it's gonna be a chair stream. Chair stream. Just for a second. And then we're gonna play some Rocket League. This is Rocket Chair. Look at how empty my mic looks. Blech. That'll be fine. Broke it. Yeah, with all my stuff on my mic, I believe it was a pain. I believe it. I believe it. On the other hand, it's super fun to look at. So, sucks to be you. Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to play Rocket League, and we're going to hopefully not fuck up a lot. But who am I kidding? We're going to fuck up a lot. Who am I kidding? I can't believe you followed my ass right as I ended stream, Meow. Yeah, no, I saw your self promo and it said like, watch the stream from 5 hours ago. And I realized the stream was like, had ended maybe 20 minutes before or something. So my bad. I meant to get there, but I was skipping through the footage. Your Noita ones were so fucking stacked. And I found myself just looking at it being like, how the actual fuck do I do that? Oh, it was like less than 5 minutes. Yeah, they were goofy as fuck. You had some big, like every slot filled on a 20 slot thing. Which is crazy. I could never. I would explode well before then. It's not even like whether or not they do what I want them to do. No, it's just that I'm gonna like set myself on fire or something stupid. I think I know exactly which one you were on about. Like 8 slots were add mana. Oh, I believe that. Yeah. Yeah, there were definitely a lot of repeats on there, but like still, even to like understand the wand building mechanic well enough to be like, yeah, we need 8 mana build ads on there. Like what? Why? Yeah, also Houdini, I did slightly move my mic and therefore I must suffer the consequences. Okay, we're gonna try to win. We'll see how that goes. Probably not well. But you never know. Also, I was playing around with my alert settings. I think it's a latency thing on the stream or the communication to Streamlabs or something. So I don't really know what's going on there, but I hope I changed it a little bit. I might have set it back to what it was. So alerts still might be fucked, and I don't know why. Yay. Also, if you have a good base system in like your car, when aren't alerts fucked? I don't know why, dude, but Streamlabs, it plays them perfectly on stream. So I can't be that mad at it in the sense that like viewers get a great experience of like as soon as they click it, it'll show up. The bad thing is that I don't hear it. And I know, so I've got like monitoring turned off, which like, well, duh, just turn on monitoring, which like, yeah, except for whatever reason, when I turn on monitoring and output, it doubles. So it plays 2 like slightly off timing from one another. So then all of a sudden I've got 2 of them going, and I was playing around with like, how do I get what's it? Tell me your solution, please. Because I don't know it. I still have not figured out the issue. And it's like insanely frustrating. Your headset is your OBS audio source? Yeah. Yep. Yes, it is. So set it to just monitor only, but then will it output to the stream still? That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that it won't output to the stream. It's outputting to only your headphones, but your headphones are being output. In short, it will work. Well, but my headphones aren't being output to the stream. But I could try it. It's a long story. I don't have a desktop audio source. I'm doing like app specific audio sources. I'm curious about this. So what I'm going to do is I use Voicemeeter for like 10 fake audio channels. Not going to lie. Yeah, I've been reading about this lately. Okay. So alert box, monitor only, mute output. All right. We're going to give it a shot. I'm going to do a tester alert. Alert box. We'll go to subs. You guys get to see the 18-month test. Twitch sub. Still doubling. Did you hear it? Actually, you just have to do the with and then it only, but if it works, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, old evil. Yeah, it doubled up again. And you didn't hear it. Yeah. No, this is like a weird thing, dude. And if I do monitor and output, now you're going to hear it. But I'm getting 2 now. Try output only really quick. So you saw that one. Did you hear it? As long as you're hearing that, dude, I also just heard that on time. Okay. If you heard those, we'll see. That was with monitor off. I don't know why I'm hearing it if the monitor's off. And then here's the other thing, dude. Here's the other thing, Ditto, is that even so I just tested it, right, and it worked fine. The issue has not been bad when I test it. The issue primarily shows up. So like I'm hearing it right now, but when someone actually does a subscription, that's when it lags like 35 seconds, a minute and a half. Sometimes it doesn't play at all. You know what I mean? It's a very strange issue, and I've been Googling it for like weeks and weeks and weeks now, and I never find a thread that quite is the same issue. There's like plenty of threads being like, my Streamlabs audios is delayed on stream, but that's not the issue I'm having. Mine is super odd like that too, with 1 or 2 things. Yeah, so I don't know. Right now, that's the issue with my transitions. Oh. I think my big frustration with my transitions right now is that it mutes on the transition, like it pulls audio all the way down and then brings it back. Be nice if it was just a visual transition, and I think there's a way for me to change that. But I just haven't messed with it. I have no idea how you two have these issues. I mean, I think it's Streamlabs, dude. I think it's just Streamlabs. When I used to stream, it just worked. Well, I suppose the other thing, Holdingful, is did you have, I've got 80, not 80, but I've got like 45 different alert variations, each with custom GIFs. I've got at least 50 to 70 sources on this one scene. I've got browser sources out the ass. I've got, you know what I mean? I've got channels separated out, etc. I don't think you were ever running quite the heavy setup. Were you? Using Streamlabs for alerts and such, all set up on the browser with just one plugin into OBS Studio. Yeah. Yep. That's essentially how I'm doing it with this. I kind of was? I didn't think you would... Well, fair enough. Either way, if yours just worked, I think it's a credit to OBS over slobs. Because here's my other thing, is that I set up my OBS original account with the slobs plugin URL as a browser source. And I'm currently running it through slobs like built-in alert box. But kind of also on the plugin URL. Like, it's not super clear to me how that works. Because like I still have the browser source URL, I think, in the alert box widget that's built into slobs. 200 scenes and 500 sources and more billion other things. That's several, dude. I have like three scenes that I use. That's heavy, bud. To be honest, I haven't been contributing because it's been a long time. It's been long enough that I don't really know what I'm talking about anymore, but I don't recall having this kind of fuckery. Yeah, no, I think it's my current guess, which is a bit pessimistic, to be honest, is that it's something about the interaction between the alert box built into slobs and the alert box widget that I had like originally set up with the plugin URL. Because let me just check properties. No, I'm just using the integration. So it shouldn't be having any issues at all. It just shouldn't be having any issues at all. There's no reason for it, as far as I can tell. And yet, yeah, don't know what it is. I wish I had a better idea of it. Because it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. But, you know, here we are. Still got to do warm-ups. Just go all in on YouTube and then you won't have to deal with it. That's not how that works. Because as you're finding out, going all in on YouTube is effective until you want to grow even more. And then you might have to incorporate other platforms. I suppose you don't have to by any means. The other thing too is for live streaming, what I really need to be doing is getting multi-streaming up and running. Which I just haven't. So, really, that's the deal. I was looking at it earlier today, and it's not actually all that hard. So, it's more that if I use Streamlabs, I have to pay for it. And I figure, you know, maybe a year is worth it. It's kind of annoying. I'm about to finally be done with my Amazon Prime membership. But essentially the Streamlabs membership will just replace it in my yearly costs. They're definitely like, you know, first world problem. You know, I could have worse problems, but My pinches are a little wonky here. I'm like not really hitting them as well as I wanted to. I at least went the right direction, but not really hitting. Okay, that was much better. Dead stop, eh? Ooh. Just trying to get some aerial warm-ups in, which frankly isn't going very well. But there's like the little part of my brain that's like, get OBS, fuck Streamlabs, just use the plugin. You know what I mean? Because I've already got everything set up on Streamlabs. And a lot of the ultra benefits that they offer are like editing, like clipping software, which I kind of already do on my own, or like branding software, which I kind of already do on my own / outsource to whoever offers it for free. And I don't know that I care about those things, at which point I'm paying like $20 a month. Not 20, it's more like $15 a month for multi-streaming, which you can get for free on OBS. I also heard back from one of my job applications today, and let me know that I should be hearing something about the next step next week, which is great. I think that's the one with just the one interview, so it's not going to be a marathon. Yippee! Yeah, yippee indeed. I was very much sweating after not hearing from them all week. Stonks. Yeah, very, very exciting. And it would be a very fun job. So definitely not against it. And, you know, if the 3 interview job does get back to me and says, wow, you're our front runner, I'd be very surprised, but I also can still pursue that if that's, and I should. I mean, you know, they're paying like 50% higher. if I do end up getting that offer, like, woo! Still waiting to hear back from people about the role I'm going for at the moment. I mean, yeah, and like, to be clear, Dedo, I just so that no one's like, wow, he gets every job he applies for. I do want you to know that, like, I've applied for hundreds and hundreds of jobs in the last several months. And I hear back, even like automated, I hear back from the automated system like 20% of the time. And then like 80% of the time, I don't hear anything back at all. And then of the 20% that hits me with the automated system or with like genuine interest, they'll like follow up maybe 1% of the time. So I also just like, I am aware that maybe neither of these go anywhere, and I'll need to, start just blowing fucking applications out my ass again. Just realistically speaking, I know that sometimes you interview for months and months and months and don't find a role. So, I think I have a pretty good resume, but several of a lot of the things that I'm applying for are like fully remote capable. At which point, you are competing largely with anyone in the country, and even, and if it's a global country or global company, potentially with the entire fucking world. And there are people with way crazier resumes than me that exist, They're pricier than me, but I was on the 6th. But God, yeah, getting responses is suck. Yeah, it is. And I'm using like LinkedIn and Indeed right now. And to be honest, the only way that I typically hear back is if I turn on the filter for like when the job was posted. Because if it's been posted longer than like a week, it's probably not ever going to respond. Either because they've already found someone that they're interested in, or because it was a fucking ghost listing where they're just doing it to show that they're like, we're trying, kind of a thing. Already passed the competency and behavioral tests. Nice. They said they'd reach out to me soon. I'm curious about this because I've seen and have in fact been asked to do that same thing, competency and behavioral tests. And can I just ask, what would you describe the role as? Is it entry level, or is it intermediary level? And I suppose the question really comes down to, they're having you do competency and behavioral tests for like hopefully a position that pays more than like 45 grand. Because I've seen people doing that on like $28,000 jobs a year. And it's like, why the fuck? Why the fuck should anyone have to fill out a fucking, like, hire them for a week, and if it doesn't work out, fire them and find somebody else. But like, why is anyone feeling like they deserve to have someone like dedicate an hour or 3 to a behavioral test when you're paying fucking jack shit? So where would you rank a Q on a scale of 1 to maybe? I don't know. I think Q's a really pretty letter. I'd probably like 1 for sure. I'd do it. Mine's an executive officer role. Nothing crazy. It's like 35K per annum. Goes to 40K after like 6 to 12 months. Okay, but that's reasonable. It's a starter. It's an entry role. Where with an expectation of advancement, that's a pretty solid starter salary, with the expectation to go up to a pretty solid kind of starter salary with plenty of room to grow into the mid-level. Yeah, I think that 3 projects, Holdini? What? You're procrastinating 3 projects? Oh, just stop. Yeah, just stop procrastinating. Or, sorry, stop doing the projects. Just throw them in a fire. Get rid of them. No one will ever know. Okay. Because, like, I've had people who are going for, like, base level benefits and an hourly role. And the company's like, take 3 to 5 hours and fill out this behavioral test. And it's like, literally, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, you're not even deigning to give me a salary or a 401k, and you're going to fucking sit here and talk about, like, we have to make sure you're the right fit for our organization. It's like, no, dude, you've got me doing fucking menial work. Like, why are you, Q&B, possible final for a bespoke and a RL vid for my YouTube. It's like 90% done. They weren't your best work anyway, Lamau. Since it's government based too, I have lots of lateral and vertical. Yeah. Government jobs are very steady. Although with the exception of being in the US right now. because I think government jobs have never been less sturdy right now in the U.S. than right now in the U.S. Which is a sad thing, because they're supposed to be, put in the time, get the money. Thankfully, here in UK, we have some workers' rights. Yeah, I would say a fuck ton more than we do. And we're taking tremendous steps backwards right now. Like, huge steps backwards. We are leaping backwards in terms of consumer and labor protections. Workers, what? You're making me sad, 49, stop it. Oh, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I can't disagree. That is how it feels. Yeah, all I know is cutthroat worker environments. Thank you. I'll take sacrificing my underlings to Baphomet for a $10,000 raise, please. Oh, it's not a $10,000 raise? Got it. Yeah, no, it's all bad, dude. And I don't know if you'd heard about, I don't know how much you hear about or like American politics over in the UK, but there was some economist recently who was like, or politician recently who was like, yeah, and like all my favorite economists are telling me that, the retirement age is going to have to go up 10 years. It's one of those things where it's like, go fuck yourself. Sitting here, like making, our politicians make like $150,000 a year, which is way above American average salary. And this lady's sitting while making a 6-figure check off a government job being like, and the rest of you just can't retire until you're 75. Fuck boys. Like, just unhinged bullshit, dude. Not to mention, quite frankly, quite a lot of other concerning things that I find. Remember when the president, motherfucker of France, bypassed the elective rights of the citizens to raise retirement age by 1 or 2 years, and they like burned down the fucking Capitol? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think the French are like uniquely very good at demonstrations. As much as I think the French are like silly and mean, they are also like really silly and mean when it comes to their own politics. I wanted to learn something from the French, get that guillotine ass backbone. You know what? Ditto. I agree with you, and do want to provide the qualification that like France is essentially like a single state in the United States. And so to organize on that level in 50 countries at once effectively is a much taller order. And I'm not saying that it can't happen, nor am I saying that we shouldn't try. I do want to be clear that it's not quite as simple as that sounds. It's true, but if they could do it before the internet, yeah, they kind of couldn't. That's not true. They did several times. Is news of the mass protests going on in the U.S. making it out there? Oh yeah, I'm pretty interested in that too, because there have been a lot of protests lately, and it would be at least nice to hear that the world at large knows that the current administration does not stand for a majority of the citizens in the country. I feel fairly secure in my government job prospects when I graduate. Yeah, you probably should. Yeah. Because cybersecurity is going to be, and computer infrastructure is going to be very important. Like when they destroyed like 80% of the nation's speed cameras because they decreased that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, ethical hacking 49 is one way to do it. The other way to do it would be just effectively like they're going to be hiring so many fucking IT specialists after the fucking Doge bullshit and like how many security breaches they've had in the last fucking like 4 months. I think that's the other thing that fucking scares me right now, dude, is we're 4 months in and we're like on the cusp of mass incarceration and mass criminalization of protesters. And I know that sounds like a little conspiracy theory to most people, but I really like, I need everyone to know that if they're advancing legislation to make protesting illegal in ways that they don't approve of, that is effectively giving them the green light to criminalize anyone that they don't agree with. And then because of our kind of justice system and privatized prison system, and now with deporting homegrown quote unquote terrorists, which of course is just anyone that disagrees with them, like we are. Yeah, we're in the middle of like the bureaucratic takeover before the military takeover happens in a really scary way. Like, I think a recent protest was the 4th largest by turnout in the U.S. history or something. Yeah, it was April 5th, was more than 3 million people across the country. And I think April 19th was downplayed. You have a specific taste for what kind of teaming or spec you enjoy doing? My personal intelligence agent reading this message for legal reasons. This is entirely satire. I can't wait to be snowed into Electric Boogaloo. Also, I hate that whenever I hear that specific, like, blank 2 Electric Boogaloo, all I can think of are the Boogaloo Boys and, like, the hate organization that, like, spawned on 4chan essentially because of that meme. So fucking disheartening. Anyway, absolute fire, Meow. I respect. Yeah, I think what's also frustrating is like the amount of leaks from this administration in 4 fucking months, like, is effectively, I mean, it's not as big as the leaks from Snowden, but it I'm frustrated that it's being downplayed in such a way that it's like, oh no, that's no big deal. And it's like, no, we used to hunt people across the fucking world for leaking that kind of information. And now the administration is just like doing it. Oops, oopsie doodle. Oh, Jane's company's doing work with a UK company and she has to get up at 3:30 a.m. for meetings that take place over there. Told her my opinion, which was, that's pretty ridiculous. She says it's just part of the job. My reply was, no, it's part of your job, because in the UK, they're not going to force anyone up at 3 a.m. Uh-huh. Yeah. Along with, like, and this is just me being like, I'm someone who really hates early mornings, but like, how many morning meetings could just be fucking emails? Let's be honest. How many morning check-ins could just be like an email thread with 4 people on them? Because I would argue like pretty much all of them. You know? Is it maybe nice to like get some conversation in early in the day, especially if it's a remote role? Sure, fine. But like, could have been, this meeting could have been a fist fight, you know? They aren't going to punish themselves. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You would hope that we had a functioning 3-branch system, but your point is well delivered. Herd chef. It is ridiculous. The issue is the whole at-will bullshit in the U.S. I mean, there's lots of issues in the U.S., but at-will is definitely one of them. I think the expectation of unemployment versus severance, I think, is also a really powerful, and I suppose it's probably what you mean by at-will, where like we can just terminate you and not be expected to like contribute to your livelihood as soon as we terminate you. It's really fucked up, especially when our healthcare is tied to our employment. So our employment, like, yes, they can take our job in one fell swoop and not be expected to have to provide for us. But on top of that, they end up taking our healthcare as a part of that. And like, well, okay, just like stay employed. It's like, yeah, man, I hear ya. But imagine thinking that 100% of the time that's possible. And I think, and like, imagine using that as an ethical argument for why someone doesn't deserve like a doctor You know what I mean? Well, you didn't stay employed. It's like, yeah, man, but like maybe my health is bad and I can't get to the fucking interviews. Maybe my health is bad and I can't look at a computer screen to fill out the applications and go through three interviews. You fucking dunce. Like, just because it's not happening to you does not mean that there aren't people that are going to really struggle to stay employed 100% of the time. Physical limitations, you know, it's fucking garbage. It's become very obvious. Oh, wait. Otherwise you could just say not my contract, not my problem, LOL. It's become very obvious there's no ramification for saying no. It just, it's provided you actually get a job and aren't applying to a ghost position. Well, right. I just think it's like the proposition of of course, healthcare should be tied to your employment, so we make sure that you're productive kind of a thing is just like, you're assuming that for every year between your age 18 and age 65, which is right now our standard retirement age. What is that? Like 40 years? 50, almost 50. Yeah. 47 years. For 47 years, you expect people to have no drop in employment. And again, just because it's happened to me doesn't mean it's happened to everyone. Maybe I've been lazy, whatever. But like, imagine thinking that the statistical, like the bell curve, doesn't apply in this situation. When you're talking about statistics, particularly statistics of people, like imagine thinking you can just get 100% coverage, no problem. Right? Like it's an idiotic, or conversely, understanding that it's the bell curve and that 10% of people just won't have healthcare for some part of their life, which is just dangerous, right? Like all it does is hurts the workforce. And thereby should hurt businesses. It's provided, yeah. It just the whole Europe has a much more reasonable sensibility of like, if our workers are healthy, we will get more productivity out of them. Which, like, yeah, duh. Imagine your workforce being sick all the time and then being like, why didn't we hit our quarterly profits? Guess we'll fire them to make quarterly profits. And it's like, why didn't you just like get them to a doctor so that they could not be sick on the production line? You fucking idiots. Unfortunately, 5 years strong of no insurance. Yep. If you're not employed, just die. The 28th Amendment. I mean, pretty true. And I think I really like I've been seeing videos recently from political content creators who are like what radicalized you, or not what radicalized you, but like what's your radical opinion that like that would get you a lot of hate. And the one that I keep hearing that I'm like, fucking yeah, is like we literally have enough. There's no reason that we should have homelessness in this country. There's no reason that we should have people starving. There's no reason that we should have like overwhelming poverty or like lack of healthcare services for people. That like we literally make enough money and more to do all these things, to pay for all these things. Like it should not be ridiculous to suggest that everyone in the country have a house in one of the richest countries in the world. That shouldn't be a controversial take. Yeah, I mean, right. I suppose, yes, billionaires could, pay their taxes and make a huge dent in some of these things, but it's not even that. Like it's just like wild and overwhelming policy decisions that have been made over the last 50 years that are kind of exclusively to the harm of poor folks because rich folks have better access to lawmaking. And don't care. Literally just don't care. And it's hot garbage. It's hot garbage. Like billionaires paying their taxes would be great. Well, but I must admit, Old Evil, if billionaires paid their taxes, that would be one part of it. If we shrunk our military budget, that would be another part of it. And I understand that like 50% or maybe not 50%, but like a large portion of our military budget goes toward VA benefits. Like maybe just don't slash that. Maybe slash the stuff that's like spending on equipment that never gets used, which like is easily auditable, or maybe like hold the Pentagon accountable when they can't pass audits by like billions of dollars and say, oh, okay, well, you must not have needed them because you can't account for them. Right? Like, I don't need to know where those dollars were going to know that they were used in a way that was at the very least unsavory, at the very worst, probably like internationally illegal. But there's no international governing body. That just makes you sound like a sociopath. You know what I mean? We could it just hasn't the Pentagon failed to audit like 5 years in a row. Well, that's what I'm saying. And every year it's for like billions of dollars. You know what I mean? It's not like, and listen, I'm going to say this casually, but it's not like 100 million. It is multiple billions of dollars. And I say like 100 million just because like we have what, 330 million people in the country. 100 million doesn't go so far in terms of a federal budget. But 8 billion goes a fucking ways. Especially when it's concentrated on helping people in the most vulnerable of income classes, like socioeconomic classes and like marginal groups. Because that isn't 330 million people. You know, maybe that's 30 to 15 million, 15 to 30 million people with 8 billion extra dollars. You could do some fucking work. And that's just the Pentagon audits, right? Like take the funding. But let me test fire my 10 million. I mean, no. Nuh-uh. I also think, just broadly speaking, like a majority of our foreign policy should not be coming from our military might. And I understand that like geopolitical tensions, you know, exist, but I also understand that like they exist largely because we and 2 other countries have been like eyeing each other from across the room. You know what I mean? Like it's not because it's not like we're removed from it and we just happen to have a huge military. It's like our military is a direct result of that and a direct cause of that, dating back to the Cold War in the 60s. It just we've only done 5,427 tests. We need more. It also really frustrates me when people are like, it's all Reagan's fault. And listen, I agree. It is really a lot of Reagan's fault. But I also think it's Nixon's fault in a really meaningful way that shouldn't be discounted. In terms of like him setting the GOP campaign strategy that has dictated GOP campaign strategy for the last 50 years in terms of like intentionally disenfranchising marginal groups to reduce voter turnout to improve Republican performance. Like that was a Nixon campaign thing. Using dog whistle terms for like neo-Nazi and Christian evangelists, like that was a Nixon thing. And like, yes, Ronald Reagan had terrible economic policy and like popularized a lot of really dangerous and harmful policies, but like the groundwork was laid in Nixon's presidency for that. Not to mention taking us off the gold standard, which, you know, there were positives and negatives to that. I think, although I don't actually know a lot about this. I need to read more about how that has affected things. I think that was in order so that we could become the global currency kind of a thing. And we did. So like that worked. The flip side being that, you know, now we deal with made up money and heavy inflation as a result. We can afford more. Can we talk about something less unpleasant, like dying early and leaving a young spouse with young children to poverty? Yeah, let's switch to a lighter topic. Like the irreversible damage we've done to our global ecosystems. Much better. Thank you, Oldini. That is what we're talking about. Because you can't talk about any of those things without understanding their inherent link to American capitalism and American politics over the last 50 years. We could talk more, I guess, about like the Industrial Revolution and in Great Britain and the UK to contextualize some of the primitive accumulation that led to the advent of capitalism in the global marketplace. Come on, man, just list tragic causes of traumatic death. Okay. Lack of universal healthcare in the United States. Being considered a domestic enemy by the current administration within the United States. Or we could talk about this sick vape could cough half a second into the poll. Vape cloud? Okay. Or about how our recycling doesn't actually get recycled anymore because we pissed off all of like the recycling countries that we export to because we can't actually manage all of our recycling. And guess when that happened? It happened in the last this administration's last term, i.e. 2016 to 2020, where we essentially pissed off all the world leaders that take our trash and recycling. Talk about environmental crises. It's us not recycling and not having effective waste management programs. Not incentivizing companies to move away from globalized shipping routes to save pennies on unit costs. Today I raised $1,000, finished a research project, and moved my game to version 0.5.2. Fuck yeah, dude. We could talk about how recycling was never a viable long-term practice, and companies knew that when they pushed it, and they only pushed it because they didn't want to change their production lines. And it also shifted the responsibility onto like the consumer and the government for managing the waste that they were producing with their packaging solutions. Let's not even get onto the topic of microplastics. Now they're affecting people's brain chemistry. Like we talk about the lead paint stare, you know what I mean? Among like older generations because of paints. Think about the microplastic brain we're going to be talking about in like 50 years. And that people are already talking about on a small scale, but like it's not well researched enough. So there's plenty of people who are like, oh, whatever, it's not a big deal, until they figure out that it like inhibits brain function. I'm wearing my I have microplastics in my balls t-shirt right now. That is a t-shirt, my dude. That is definitely one of the t-shirts of all time. I'm switching to NPR for fun information about crop collapse. Oh yeah, it's way more fun. You're right. Sorry. Dedo, that is a shirt. My God. And of course I'm saying all this like knowing that I have a bunch of fucking plastic packaging in my pantry right now. You know? Like it's pretty hard to get away from these days. Crop collapse will be much more fun now that old musky boy shut down the seed vaults. Oh, fuck. Did he? We're going to have to get bailed out by the UK. I think, doesn't the UK, Dedo, you might know more about this, but doesn't the UK have like one of the largest seed banks of all, of every major nation, or of every nation in the world? I want to say that's true. Or maybe it's just that they have the most seed testing going on. Yeah, I mean, not to mention RFK, like, shutting down... I mean, RFK is doing a whole lot of damage to our Department of Health right now. But that includes Food and Drug Administration. We're apparently not testing our milk in the U.S. as much anymore. Like, you know, depending on the company, I'm sure some companies, and there are lists of some companies that like still do lab testing for their milk, but Yeah, it's not fucking casual right now. They're doing a lot. Unironically, because they had the team. Because they had the. Wait, hang on. Wait, Antarctica has a better seed policy than we do, and they don't have a government? I mean, yeah, but that's essentially an entire landmass run by scientists. That actually checks out. We have some decent ones. Yeah, unironically, because they had the term diverse on a lot of their paperwork, diverse strains, but only the first word matters. Yikes, dude. That's such a... Yeah. And I think the thing that frustrates me the most about this, not the most, I think one of the things that really frustrates me just like broadly about it is that they're using like find and replace, you know what I mean? They're using Control F. Like they like, as much as people are like, well, they have these like complex systems that like go in and find, you know, abuse and fraud. It's like, no, they have literally keywords loaded into an algorithm that searches documents and picks out the keywords, and then when they find them, they're like, okay, bye, without even like reading, you know what I mean? Hey, there are explosions in the new Marvel movie. My sports team won today. Yeah. Dogs are adorable. Dogs are adorable. Same with cats. Norway have the best for countries, I think, in terms of seed banks. Really? That's interesting. I went to the 2010 World's Fair in Shanghai because I happened to be there on a academic thing, and the academic thing was like, LOL, we got tickets. So we all got to go, and the UK exhibit was like genetic research on seeds in order to solve like common environmental issues. So like some of them would intake, you know, petroleum, for example, like byproducts, and like degrade them in a way that was environmentally friendly. Or it was a really cool exhibit. It was very hard to get in. Svalbard Seed Vault, or whatever it's called, is the main one that comes up. Huh. I am the Ceiling God. Booze exists. Drink it. Booze does exist, and I do recommend you drink it. I don't remember which. They either laid off 20 to 30% of Seed Vault workforce or left that same amount of employed. Yikes. Hoping for the former, more inclined to believe the latter. Well, and I'm sure they're doing it under the guise of like, well, we just don't need that many people looking after it. It's like, if we had that many people looking after it, we probably needed a majority of them. Like, I think that's the other thing that frustrates me too, is like, have you ever run a company? Like, companies don't typically just hire people to hire people. It's because there's a need for something to get like done. And like, you know, you can maybe argue that some of the things can be automated, and like maybe you need fewer people, etc., like whatever. But I just struggle with the idea that like every government organization has been hiring like 70% more people than they need. It's like, no, they fucking haven't. Why do we need this many people to sit in a cold building? Gosh. I tried Holden and gave him part of my company just because. Or I hired Holden and gave him part of my company just because. I mean, that's exactly right. That's what we should be doing. Starting our own shit. I mean, he has run a company, but got voted out by his own company. Well, and every other company that he's joined, he's done some weird fucking shit at. The only reason he's successful at the companies that he currently has is because he hires people who are actually experts. And that's like, he's not even really the one who hires them. You know what I mean? It's not like he's sitting in on every interview. It's that he gets people who know what they're doing and then says, great, now do it. Which, you know, I'm sure some people would say like, well, that's incredible work. Like, he must be good at what he does then. And it's like, yeah. I don't think that's really what we should take away from that. Like, knowing how to hire well is impressive, but when you have kind of unlimited money to hire with, is it really impressive, or is it just throwing money at a problem until it solves itself? At this point, it's just a figurehead. Right. Well, and a marketing... When I was in school finishing up my degree in 2019, there was a fair bit of talk about him as like one of the most successful marketers of all time. Not necessarily that he was good at marketing, but just that like he as a person is very easy to keep in news cycles, if that makes sense, because he's fucking ridiculous. And that, you know, and that is what op-ed news wants to have, which when you have a 24-hour news cycle, there are bound to be moments where things get quiet and they say, okay, what can we run? Are you going to run a story about a multi-billionaire fucking being ridiculous? Yeah, you are. And as a result, people tend to, you know, gain confidence in him as a business person because he's always in the news. There's, you know, it's the same thing as like there's no such thing as bad PR or as bad press. But, you know, there's, to some extent, I think he fucked around too much and he's finding out that, in fact, maybe there is such a thing as bad press. Oh, cool. Something's burning downtown. Things are looking up. Jason, did I ever tell you about when we moved here? Within like the first 6 months, there was a news story that ran that was like, someone is throwing street signs off of highway overpasses and trying to impale drivers. And the photo that they had for it was literally like a stop sign that had been pulled out of the fucking ground through the windshield of a truck, piercing the driver's seat. And it was like, where the fuck did I just move to? That was a real news story out of Portland. I found myself just sitting there like, who, like I guess it's a hobby, you know, but yikes. And to be honest with you, I never heard any follow-up. I don't know if it ever got solved. I don't know if they ever found the person that was doing it, but from what it sounded like, it had happened at least twice. Oh, right. I was going to play games, and that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to run 3v3 ranked and hope it doesn't go fucking terribly. Yeah. Sorry, I've been ranting about politics, and those things are not easy to get out of the ground. No, I know, right? Like ripping up a street sign is fucking, like, they're usually cemented in, or at least like dug down. How you doing, Nirvana? I just had a buddy send me an NBA Lego, but the face is Lego JD Vance. God damn it. All right, here we go. Straight and ranked. I'll look at that in a sec. And by a sec, I mean after this game. Oh yeah, good bench for us. You're no rush. In the, I think, 40s and 50s in Seattle, there was a weird mass hysteria thing where suddenly the entire city was reporting people sniping their windshields. It's unsolved to this day to people who love to just like plug their ears to logic to scream la 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 la. All right, well, there's that. It was a good long shot. Wow, they had a teammate leave. That sucks. Oh, wow, he got there. I didn't think he was going to get there. Can you FF if someone leaves? Yeah, they could forfeit, but looks like they're not gonna. Also, Jason, I think I've heard about that story. The like, is it kind of more of like an urban myth than a? I mean, obviously, it's an unsolved case, so like, I suppose yes, it is kind of an urban myth, but um. Ooh, close. We'll take it. That should be heroes queue where you get placed in games where a team is losing and had someone leave. Yeah, but then if you get placed into a game, people get pissed about it because if you get placed into a game and you don't end up coming back, but the loss counts for you and you lose rank anyway. You know what I mean? Although I hear you about heroes queue, maybe it's that like you can't if you queue into that spot you can't lose rank, you can only gain rank. And like the difference has to be at least 2 goals or something. I also think that'd be kind of fun. I would hero queue all the time. You know what I mean? Like that'd be silly and fun. Just playing Brazil deficits. I mean, well, because as long as you don't lose rank on the loss. But then the hero, you know, the person that loads in late isn't losing rank, but the other guys are, and it becomes this whole thing of like, that's not fair, which like, I don't know, I kind of think it is, but. Good play out. Good read. Wow, he just went for a fucking redirect on that. That was wild. Is he going to catch that? He is. Wow. Okay, Medina AV is doing some shit that I would expect at a higher rank. Not going to say Smurf because I don't know that he's that higher rank, but he's clearly the one on the team that I need to be most worried about in terms of breakaways. Good get, Duke. Duke was a little too far up there. Nice shot. Yeah, but like they were going to lose rank anyway. Maybe if you make the game worse, you lose rank. Like if you join a 2-0 and the final score is 7-0. Yeah, I hear you. I really do. I think what you're describing would honestly be quite fun. But it's probably more of a pain than they really want to deal with in terms of community blowback. Damn, what a catch. It was clean. Out of the corner, maybe. It's a triple. Nice shot. What? He didn't get that touch before I got there. I don't agree with the hit there. Ooh, Duke. Dookie Pookie. Almost. It's in. Damn, they're defending well. Like, they're pushing back out really successfully. Good catch there, Duke. Great shot, Duke. That was great. Wonderful control. Oh my good. I got lazy and bought pierogies, and they were supposed to be... I said, hang on. Pierogies, and they're supposed to be 12 in the box, but I got motherfucking 14. Oh, that's sick, dude. We love an extra 2 pierogies. I also, when I read the word pierogies and I had to like hesitate for a second, it's because for some reason my brain was like, pigeons. And I was like, why did you get 12 pigeons? Like, what? What are you doing? Oh, I should have stayed back. I managed to get their corner. And then miss. Oh no! I fucked up my shot. That sucks, dude. It's off. It's off. Oof. What? I hit him going full speed. What do you mean I didn't get a demo? Good shot. There we go. Lol, I got lazy and bought pigeons. My trap's got 12 motherfucking pigeons. Aunt Grandma gonna eat good tonight. I mean... Aunt Grandma. Aunt Grandma is a diabolical line, dude. That's woo. We had to work hard on that one. And that's just for Div 2, dude. Holy shit, I am way too high for Aunt Grandma that just sent me. Yeah, Aunt Grandma, that's a whole choice of words. Oh my god, I hate that Lego so much. I hate that Lego so much. It has a very punchable face, that Lego. Oh shit. Okay, we're back. That's not good. That is good. They were pushed too far up. He's going to touch that, but we were in a better position. Oof, good stop. Good play around. Brandon's got it. I did a big back up there for like not a good reason. Close. Taking their corner. Like they almost let me get away with that. But not quite. TTV really wanted to do something there. That's not good. That's really bad. That's in. It was well passed. He led him really nicely and he got that boost and there it was. Bummer. JD Vance to start goalie for the well-renowned NBA team, the Dallas Nuggets. Yeah, the goalie in basketball. Yes. Facts. Oh, guys. It was a good touch there for me, which was wildly accidental. Maybe the Dallas love seats. Oh! I think I got in the way of my teammate there. Oh man, this is making me sweat a little bit. It like shouldn't be. There's plenty of slow moments, but oh, teammate, I was looking for that. I didn't need to be there. Sorry, teammate. Was that a Mortal Kombat audio on that goal? Oh, it's bad. Good save. We need to stop double committing on those. Let's put us in a rough spot here. Oh, nice shot. Good shot, TTV. Drake. The Dallas Ottomans, different empire entirely. Okay, that is still such a funny fucking thing that we all just universally decided to 100% run with. God, love seat sounds kinky. It really does. It sounds stained, you know? Well loved with a new meaning. Oh, it was a good grab by Brandon there. No. It's not in. Yes. Oh my God. 2 seconds left and Sploosh and Drake come together for a hell of a final play. Yes, dude. Oh, wow. And one of them left immediately. That sucks. Thoroughly steamed, well hammed. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Brandon was a season 17 Grand Champ tournament winner. What the fuck? Jesus. It's not on. Good pass. Oh, wow. What a get up. That'll work. That will work. We'll take that. Go to the right. That'll work too. In my unpublished novel, there's a note about the Ottoman Empire being second only to the Inebriation Empire. And while one eventually moved into furniture production, the other was just... Wait, hang on. Hang on. The other was completely wiped out during one night of civil war, caused by a local sports team winning the big game. I also love that you'd never... Please never define what the big game was. Just talk about it as the big game. Because, like, it doesn't matter what sport. We get it, you know? Oh, not fast enough. Maybe fast enough. Hey. I tried to really bang it across. I did not get the right touch there. We don't even know what the sport was. It likely included a ball. Yeah, no, I like that that's been lost to history. The Inebriation Empire was like, we don't read or write. Fuck off. We're here to get fucked up. I wonder how well a book of pure absurdity would sell. Just the rambling tirades of a madman put to paper. I mean, Twilight did well. I think probably. Oh, geez. Nice. Good turn. That was really unfortunate. Wow. All right, good catch, nerds. They're trying to get into a passing rhythm there. Good way to get past. Teixeira. Not quite. Was a good shot. Was my bad. The last line. Wait. There's a flying microwave that gets drunk nuking potatoes because potassium dulls programming. The last line is just, and that's how I met your mother. Floor, tell me not to spend 7,000 gold on arrows in BG3. Don't spend 7,000 gold on arrows in BG3. That's just silly. Make your own arrows. There it was. We managed to do it. We're up to Diamond 3, Div 3. That's good. I got 12 little dumplings for 50 cents. Ooh. Oh my God. Actually, that's damn you and your good food pricing. That's incredible. I guess we'll find out. I'll publish my novel probably in 2026. Yeah. Yep. What if I told you they're arrows of dragon slaying? I mean, yo. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that might be worthwhile. Do you have a dragon to slay? No, we have arrows of dragon slaying at home. Arrows of dragon slaying at home. Just a burnt arrow. 2. Who doesn't have a dragon to slay? I mean, that's true. Everybody's got a villain somewhere in their life. Wow. I got worked on that one. It was a great shot. It was a great pass, and I was not successful at shooting it. Floor, I literally follow you. LOL. We love running into followers. Oh. Nice save. I'll just miss that. Thanks. Be way across the field for it. Oh! Nice job, Poga. Said you're nuts, dude. Thank you so much for the carry. I've got about 49 of them. I hate this game. Wow. They're really screwing me on the kickoffs. Damn. Good play out, Poga. Can you get there? Not quite. Nearly. Yes, good shot. Having Teichiro again is also really nice. Just kind of familiar play style. Way late on that, unfortunately. Too far away. Kept him on a goal, though. It's not in yet. Oh! There we go. That was a better one. It's frustrating. Every time we score, they manage to bring the score back. They're managing to stay abreast of us. Way to get there, Poga. Oh, close. Oh, that was the shot. No! Nice one, Teixeira. It's on target. I'm going to let it drop. I'm following up. See if he can dead stop it. He cannot. Or wasn't trying to. It's either one. Oh! What? No, no, no. Poke, poke, poke. Oh, Teixeira. Get back there. I'm so sorry. GG's. Unfortunate. Sorry, Poga. I thought I had a good pass to Teixeira there, and I touched it more than I needed to. Sorry, dude. I played like poop. I mean, same. We had a good start to the game. We just kept, I kept like being in the wrong place at the wrong time and we kept letting in goals that we could have probably saved. But like, whatever. They had a plat 3 on their team. Bullshit. Got you tabbed while I grind. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. A lurk is a lurk. Good luck to you too. We'll go for another one. What did I say? What was my rank at? We're back down to Division 2. Bummer. Oh well. That's fine. It's fine. We've gone up a division. That's what counts. We broke the losing streak from earlier. And we're still getting our rewards, so we don't have to be champ for a little bit. On the real though, Japan has been having a rice shortage kinda, so the price of rice has more than doubled in the last few years. RIP. How much could a banana be, Michael? $10. They're like getting close to that. A man approaches you, he looks at you up and down and goes, "You know what eggs look like? Are you insulted or what?" I don't know that I'd be insulted if someone assumed I didn't know what eggs look like. I think I might be a little insulted simply on the basis that that's a ridiculous question. Like, why are you asking me about my knowledge of eggs, you fucking weirdo? Like, sir, this is a Wendy's. They're both up. Wow, it was a good hit, actually. And a good save. Is he going for that? He is. Good pass down. Fizzy Wood might get there. Fizzy Wood is going to get there. Tried to get the stall right in front of net. I'm leaving it for our teammate. That was an unfortunate challenge for me. Yes, Fizzy Wood. Thank you for getting there. Nice shot. What a delay. Hell yeah. Fuck me in the goat ass, as opposed to what other ass? Like, come on. Obviously, I'm going to fuck you in the goat ass. The greatest of all time ass? I mean, like, that's a no-brainer. Wow. Okay. Not really sure how he managed to succeed on that challenge. Glad that wasn't in. They're quick on the challenges in a way that I don't like. What a pinch out. That's up. Is my teammate going to get there first? No. He knocked me just hard enough that it caused distress. Wow. I'm awful. Sorry. Good shot. It's on. Nice shot. It was a great pass, too. Siri, 420. Oh, so how much time is left on that timer? I thought it was just like you had a Siri command for her to be like 420 at 420, which on like objectively would be funny. Oofda. Nice shot, Fizzy Wood. we love a 420 blaze at Siri. There we go. There's that pinch practice paying off. Oh, bummer. I kind of fucked up the touch there. Fizzy? Not fast enough, sorry. Close, though. Nice, Fizzy. Way to be there, Fizzy. Axel? Not great, but I think Axel's getting there. Axel got there. Good. Hell yeah, dude. Bam. Teeny tiny touch to get that much power. I used to have a play Sublime smoke 2 joints at 420, but it went off in a meeting once and I deleted the shortcut. I was like, if only you'd had the Zoom recording. Because for a second, I'm sure they'd be like, "Oh, what's going on?" And you're just fucking mortified, like scrambling off screen to fucking turn it off. I do like that as a way to like test your clients, to be like, do you suck or are you kind of fun? Better than my morning screaming hentai alarm. Why do you really have a morning screaming hentai alarm? It sounds like something that exists, but like, my God, I would be, I mean, I suppose, you know what? I would be scrambling out of bed in the morning to turn it off so my neighbors didn't hear. Starts with a decent guitar riff. I was like, hey, cool, what's going on? Wait, oh no. Can you imagine, dude, like living in an apartment with thin walls, like you can hear what your neighbors are talking, like when they're talking loudly, and you've got just like the gnarliest fucking hentai alarm. Max volume, no fucks given. Morning alarm is RuneScape music, because of course it is. I mean, if it gets you out of bed, it gets you out of bed. Like that, I think is really, that's the key, you know? And I, you know, as much as I would think you're a fucking weirdo for having the hentai alarm, it would probably work, you know? I'd be moving fast. Wow, that was a good shot. These guys are passing much more proficiently than I usually expect at Diamond 3. It's off the post. Damn. I had no boost. I just had to try and get a challenge on it. What a fucking pinch. Oh my God. How is he perfectly in the position for that? Wow. And he got that challenge too. God damn. They're playing their rotation really, really cleanly. We did triple that, but it did work. So yeah, that was on me. That was on me. Phone placed across the room, plugged into the aux, so it goes on for at least a minute. I'm in an ad. Oh, well, just sub, and then you won't be in an ad. Nice shot. Ads, I got to renew Taco Bell grocery outlet Ego battery powered lawn care equipment. Okay. Xbox is Oblivion. I've been getting a bunch of Oblivion stuff, so that doesn't surprise me at all that that's what they're thinking is. Okay. It's a good stop. It's up and down. Oh no. Subaru Crosstrek checks out. Honda Passport Trail Sport. Okay. Capital One, weird. iPhone 16. Oh, it's too bad. God damn. They're being aggro. Oh! I thought for sure that was going in, and then it didn't. Can't believe I missed that. That was pretty clean, honestly. It's close. I'm going to follow up. Yeah. Bummer. Bummeroni and cheese. Well, now we're kind of waffling at Div 2. It's not great. We don't want to waffle. We want to gain momentum in a direction. The winning direction. Because if we can't do that, then I'll cry. And you guys don't want to see me when I cry because I'm an ugly crier. It's true. I'm just not purty when I cry. Big ugh. I got Sony headphones, contacts, Pixel for a phone company here, and a morning drink for being healthy. I mean, yeah, all those. I wear glasses. Contacts make sense. Phones, iPhone 16 and a phone company. Yeah, okay. Morning drink for being healthy. I think they got me wrong there. Where are the Taco Bell ads? Sony headphones. I like Sony headphones. Can confirm he cried at my wedding, ruined the whole thing. It's true. It's true. Big crier over here. I cry, I cried at Inside Out, dude. Like I cried at Finding Nemo. What else did I cry at? I cried one time. Well, not just one time, but recently just seeing like a really cute cat. Hello. We're on break. Well, not really, but what's up, dude? Wah. Finding Nemo gets me every time. I'm just trapped in suspense with not knowing if they find him. I know. They should have put it in the title. We found Nemo is what it should have been called. I watched Moulin Rouge 9 times in theaters and cried like a baby each time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I've seen Moulin Rouge, to be honest. Oopsie. Maybe I shouldn't have admitted that. What was another one that I cried at recently? Sometimes I just like remember that everyone on Earth is living their own rich personal lives, and that makes me cry. Like I've cried in traffic just thinking about like how many individual lives and perspectives are on the road. Yo, Juice 26. Thank you for the follow, my dude. I didn't hear the alert because my alert box is a butt. But we hit 550. Woo! It's our follower goal right there. Quack. What up, Juice? How you doing? Juice 26. Is it like 26 juices or it's the 26th juice? Not stonks. Yep, mortality gets me without experiencing every other. Oh, I wish he hadn't. 26 juices and flavors. There's the alert. How many seconds was that? How many seconds after? Because to me, it felt like a fucking eon. Stopped him at least. Wean the warrior. You gonna get there? No? I wasn't sure it was going in. Great pass. Sorry, of steel. Not stonks. As in not steel, or as in I don't have nearly enough stonks. Uh-oh. Teammates there, though. Backing all the way up. Plums with the fast recovery out of the back of net. It's right in front of their goal. You're really just having some fun with the sound alerts, dude. Good. I'm glad. They're there for that reason. Ooh. Wow. Juice. Stonks. Aw. Also, it's not really intentional that I say them when they go off, but I like all of them, and so I like kind of struggle not to. Quack. Like I want to say them, and so I end up saying them. Whack. Oh, ooh. I'm gonna laugh really hard if you're one of my opponents right now and you showed up just to try and mess me up. Not stonks. Oops, I was trying to save that or pass that back to a teammate. That's bad. That would have been on if they had just put it on. Great pass. What a nice little doinker. What a nice little doinker, dude. Frickin' legit, bud. Busha bwam. Lol, do you got beef with them or something? Oh, because he said what a save so many times? Yeah, I kind of agree. Polar, are you like getting them back for last game when they would have saved you? Like, who hurt you, buddy? Wah. Ugh, sorry. All right, get that out of there, guys. Nice job. Not great. Oh, great. 4 people just missed the ball all in a row. Stopped him, but didn't get the ball. Missed completely. Not great. Quack. Juice. You quacking all over my timeline. What's going on, buddy? Are you the quackinator? Good get, teammate. Big clears. Quack. He's the quackiest. Oh. What a nice little oh, whoa, dude. I feel like I need to ban you for that one. That's a whoa. Whoa. Just maybe a 5-minute timeout, Jason. I feel like your keyboard privileges should get revoked for a second. Think before you type, baby. It's fucking dark, dude. If you're not careful, you're going to put me right back into the political discussion again. You don't want that, do you, Jason? Do you? You managed to get me off that topic. What if you put me right back onto it? I thought not. Damn, we're still on Division 2. What a difficult era to be alive. All right, hang on a second. All right, I'm back. Just mentally preparing for the next match. That's what's going else. No other reason. Ooh, the most boring song in the world goes to... And again, a boring song. Why so bore? Yeah, there we go. What's your shirt? Thomas the Tank Engine? Yeah, I've got another one with Barney, and it says commit tax fraud. It's the advice that we all needed from our childhood heroes, you know? My God. So many things to claim. So little time. I saw that one. It's great. I keep wanting to make shirts with hilarious Japanese on them to confuse Japanese people. When I was in Shanghai, there was this guy on the street. It was wearing a shirt that said in big letters, "I eat ass," and the ass was bedazzled like rhinestones, super shiny and whatever. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, either you're the coolest motherfucker of all time, or you have zero idea what that says, and I don't know which, and I'm not going to ask. It's one of those things where it's like, you don't need to know. Like, it's great. It's fabulous. It's like one of the silliest shirt designs I've ever fucking seen. Yeah, if you're going to eat ass, eat bedazzled ass. You get it. And we're talking like, like he was in his 50s probably. The rest of his outfit was like very calm, like very demure, very like non-logo, kind of like almost conservative, right? Like jeans and closed-toed like running shoes, with like a coat over it, but just like I eat ass in the middle of his coat. Incredible energy. Accidental Chinese hipsters. I mean, I don't know that I know any. No, in my personal life, no. But I know the concept of just like really badass looking people in clothes that they might not know the meaning of. Or at least that's what it is for me. That's what a Chinese hipster is to me. Oh, God, we got lucky there. Big Daddy, can you convert? You're kidding. I missed that. What? Literally all three of us missed. My God. I am useless right now. Big banger on net. They managed to get there. Hopefully. Oh. Challenge that. Good challenge. Didn't work out in our favor, but it was a good challenge. Good take. I like the look though. Pavlov's floor? Who am I? What? It is a series of amazing web images. Oh. No, I don't know the specific phenomenon you're talking about. I'm going back left. Oh, he got that? Bummer. Really? That was really bad of me. Thank God it's not in. Oof. Could have easily not gone our way. Oh. Bang it. Bang that shit in. Oh, it was a close one, dude. I'm going to follow up. Never mind. Wow, that worked. I can't believe that worked. I ran in a boost right as I hit the ball. Three and 0. 3 and 0, we take that. I'm going back. Wow. There it was. I kind of can't believe that panned out in our favor. We dived up to div 3. It's good. It's good. Yo, Juice, thank you for the raid. Welcome. I can't hear the alert, so forgive me for not jamming along with you. I think I changed the alert sound, actually. Forget what it is now. Used to be the Metalocalypse theme song. Now it is something else. Good stop. Good stop and shot. And 420. Thank you for the raid, Juice. I appreciate that. I don't know what the audio is these days, but also, this guy's name is Hi, how are you? And I was like, 420. And he goes, yo, yeah. And then the other guy goes, this is Rocket League. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best pass of all time. I'm going left. Whee! Space Ghost Post to Post is such a good name. That is such a good name. I like this guy's name, Space Ghost Post to Post. Yeah, like that is 10 out of 10 Adult Swim reference. FloorGod, terrible name to be honest. Shade. Yo, shut Upo. It was a good save. Stepbrother, I'm stuck in a hurry. Oh, what the fuck? I guess if only you played RL as good as you type. If only. Boop. I wanted to stop him. Ooh. Good challenge from Vex there. Okay. Really? Wah. Wah indeed, dude. Wah indeed, Juice. Juice 26. It's the 26th one. Big booms. Ooh, we like the look high. Uh-oh. Sorry. Oh no! Close. What the fuck is going on? Oh, wow. Oh, way too close. Good save. Nice. Yes. Whew. Clencher is right. Lol, taxation is theft. Fuck out of here. I know, and he was the one that was like, FloorGod's a terrible name. It's like, chill out, man. Nice. Fuck those guys. I mean, I guess. What about Space Ghost Coast to Coast? We liked him. Space Ghost. I also like, hi, how are you? He gets all the compliments on his name. Oh, they already left. I'm literally typing to no one. Oopsies. Whoopsies. Not your teammates. Yeah, my teammates are cool. Yeah, cool teammates. Also, if you heard the raid noise, tell me, because I want to know what the raid noise was. Maybe you couldn't hear it, so that's also fair, but... yeah, fuck the opponents. I mean, sure. We beat them, so I think we already kind of fucked them, you know? We did the thing. I mean, we're up to Diamond 3, Div 3. We've made progress. It's 2 divs. One more win, we should be able to hit Div 4. Kronk pulling the wrong lever. You know, to be honest with you, I feel like I've got to change that back to Metalocalypse. Metalocalypse was just such a good raid noise. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Hang on. I love Kronk, but like, hang on. The duration is just, or not the duration, the sound. Do I know which one it is, though? No. Do I have variations of this? Maybe it was just a variation. Hang on. I do have a raid variation. And that's pull the lever. Maybe I just get rid of the variation. Let me test out this other one. I'm not hearing it. Yeah, we're going back to this one. We're deleting that other variation. Yeah, we're going back to that. We're going back to that for sure. Oh, whoops, I gotta reset my browser so it's all lined up the way I want it to be lined up. And then after this, I've got to load a table into a car. And then, gosh, and then maybe find the screws for it. Uh-oh. It's missing a piece. That's our current issue with this table, is that it's missing a, like, one of the main support bars. which is kind of an issue, turns out. In the sense that like it's, you know, it's like one of the core supports that connects to the legs. You can't wait. Did I go into twos or is this? No, this is threes. Oh, and he's right around both of us. What a good save. It's not in. Oh, this has been a rather gut-wrenching first fucking 30 seconds. Nice, good play out. He pushed both of them off. He's going to put it up. Bummer. God damn, dude. It was a good challenge for him right here. It's on me. Might be in. It's not in. It's off the back wall. That sucks. What? I didn't get any touch? Damn. Oh, okay. Nobody there. Brutal. Really? No, I'm forfeiting at 249, 2 down. Come on. Sounds fake. I'm off to bed. Have to be at work at 8:30. I cry. You got this, dude. Go to bed. Get some good sleep. What a save, dude. Oh, no. Wow, what a save. That was not meant to be really rude, but now reading that back, it looks kind of rude. Nice shot. Good set. Ooh, close. They're up for that. Being patient. Putting it out to the corner. Letting my teammate have it. Moving mid. He's passed it across. Teammate was there. Didn't want to double. Wow, what a fucking corner bounce. We like the look there from the teammates. Just got to keep it up now. All right. We're out. Bummer. Bummeroni and cheese. We're still Div 3. I'm feeling a little rusty right now. Let's play a couple of casuals. Let myself kind of chill out, relearn the game here for a sec. Oops, that's the wrong side of the phone. Ooh, close. There we go. Near. I have a friend who plays with the handle near. I don't know that she plays Rocket League, but she does play video games. Oh my god. I forgot this was casual. I was like, man, this is going to be a good ranked game for me. No. Casual game. Wow. I'm going to go to the left. Oh. Nice. MF switched teams that quickly. It was good. Mistakenly decided he doesn't want to be on the orange team anymore, so MF switched to orange. Just forfeit, give him the match. All right, okay, fine. We can keep going. It's scary, but we can keep going. Also, I think this is the last game of the stream. I think we're gonna call it at 3 hours tonight. And thank you for being here. It's been a lovely thing. We hit our follower goal. Hey! So we're at 550. That's 200 followers up on Twitch since we picked back up streaming in 2024. Or I guess maybe 2023, technically. Right at the end of the year. Ooh, is it on? No. But nearly. Wow, it was close. Uh-oh. Could have been worse, but oof. I was on target. This is a funky song. Good clear. Oh, is that in? Oh my God. So close. No. I'm just trying to get it roughly in the right position here. That would have been the shot, actually. It's too far back. Okay. Good stops. Solid. That was a bit of lag. Good stop. Oh, messed up. Bullshit. We'll take that. Damn, I feel like that should have gone in. But he, oh man, just jumped a little bit too low. I kind of feel like that was a ghost touch. I feel like our Merc should have got that goal. Uh-oh. Fuck. He clearly had it. I could have just whipped around in the net. Oh, I almost missed. They're getting closer than I'd like them to. Oh! I thought that last little touch there was going to sneak around him. Oh, no. It's a good carry. It's mine. It's in. All right, I'm going left. Ooh. It's not in, but goddamn, it's close. Wow. It's a good carry. Maybe I could have gotten up for that if I just used the rest of my boost. Maybe. Should have tried. Beans for life. All right, y'all. That was the last one for tonight's stream. Before the ads start, I think I'm just gonna call it. So it's been a good time. We did make some progress. We lost it a little bit there at the end, but I think we're probably back down in Division 2, which is still... Oh, no, we're still in Division 3. So we're getting closer to champ, and we're going to keep trying to play more ranked, just because ranked is really hit or miss on if you get someone that's better than you or not. So we'll try and keep up the momentum and see if we can't get up to champ. Whatever you do, do not lose your bones. They're like kind of important. Okay, thanks. Bye.